Hello, my name is Rajeev Singh. I am coming from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, India. I'm working as a business development manager in Vetter Pharma in Ravensburg. That's basically extreme south of Germany. And I have done my Ph.D. in cancer biology, focusing on pancreatic cancer the most, and also a year of postdoc from Philipps University Marburg. That's in Hessen. And before that, I did my master's from Pharmaceutical Biotechnology, and that was also in Germany. That was in Martin Luther University, Halle. And before that, I did my bachelor's from India in biotechnology. My journey to Europe was particularly very much based on the inspiration that I got from my teacher. My German teacher in SRM University when I was doing my biotechnology bachelor's there. He was a really he really inspired me about the country in general, and he was particularly quite interested in letting students learn about the new cultures and so. And obviously, a lot came from him, and added to that, there were other reasons like particularly in Germany you can do studies that you don't have to pay a lot of money for, and they are really good. The education is really great, and for a person coming from a middle class background, I think it's a great option. And if you can score into a scholarship, that's even much better. And while I was doing my bachelor's, I started application right then for my courses in Germany, and that was basically in my last year of bachelor's when I was doing my project. And I got through Martin Luther University. They had an interview round, and they selected the candidates based on that. And plus we were also asked to give an examination so that they could know what was our base, like did we know things about pharmaceutical biotechnology or not. When I was doing my master's in biotechnology, for example, I was very much interested in mass spectrometry, and that was one of the things that I really wanted to do. And also during this course of time, I also got interested in the applied parts of cancer, and that was also quite interesting for me. Also, I got opportunities to work in labs so that I could learn the culture of the lab. Honestly speaking, I have not worked in a lab before in India, not so much. I was only there for 6 months in Tata Memorial University and Tata Memorial Hospital in Mumbai. And there exists no hierarchy here, and that's another thing that can be always kept in mind, because this is something that is quite different from India. Although what I know from my friends from India right now, it's changing quite a lot in India too. It's been 10 years for me here in Germany, and I have to say there was never a hierarchical system where there was no senior junior, like everybody was as you can speak to, and it was not very you don't have to bow down to your seniors or something like that. If you are good in something, it will be respected. Why Germany or Europe? So for me, the right answer would be really because I was focusing on countries where I can sponsor my education in a much affordable way, and Germany was one of the best because it has a quality education where you have to pay less. The only thing is that you have to get through the screening process, and that is something that you have to do everywhere. For US you have to do GRE, for UK also. There are exams. For Germany also there are exams, but in general then you don't have to pay so much fees as in UK or US. So for me Germany, this was one big reason for me for coming to Germany. Why did I decided to stay over? This is a very why not US, Canada, Australia? Good question. I mean, I also had my personal reasons. My girlfriend was here, so one of the reasons was that's one of the reasons I decided to stay here. Secondly, I mean, the thing is that quality-wise, it's not. I mean, it's quite good. If you want to do your PhD, I think it has a good environment. There's a good work-life balance. You don't have to. You don't have to be mule in a lab to be the best, right? You need to learn through, and you need to find out what you are really good at. I mean, I did my PhD and I did my postdoc for 1 year, but I later I was like, okay, I that research is great and I still like it, but I wanted to try something in industry. And I mean, the amount you spend for PhD in Germany is 3 years, which is not so much compared to US system where it is 5 years, or actually India where it's also 5 years. Even today, I don't regret my decision of choosing Germany over any other country. And I mean, what good things did you experience in education programs in Europe? So particularly, education programs are really well structured. Europe is like it's a one big, really big country, and you, if you like, you can have experience of different countries, and they're so close by. So it's really cool too. You can even move around. Like if you want to work, you can work for an year or two in one country, and you can then switch to another country. And it's this flexibility is really good because the laws are the same. European Union has all the countries within. During my studies, I did 1 year of project in University of Zurich in Switzerland, and that was a whole other experience than Germany. Apart from work and study, how was the student life? I have to say, great friends, awesome people. My personal experience, amazing. I did not have an issue with people around. People had been really cool. First of all, university culture, the student life culture is very international. So, I mean, you don't have to worry about that, oh, it's Germany, you have to always speak German. Yes, I mean, okay, you have to. German is a very important component of the whole system, but student or university life has a lot of English speaking going on too. A note of advice which I found that is really important to have is to work on your German skills. It always brings you a bit closer to the real life, to the regular Germans. If I could recommend Europe as a destination for higher studies to build a good career in life, see, I mean, I did it, and I don't have a regret about it. So definitely, why not? And I mean, if you have decided for Europe, I would definitely second that decision because I personally, and I should not use the biased tone here, but I would go for Europe. Then if I have to choose any country to do my higher education except India, I would choose Europe. In general, German education system is also getting more and more international, so you are getting a lot more and more of English speaking courses, so that's also coming up. So the options are increasing, the opportunities are increasing. That also means the competition is higher. In Europe, Germany has a really strong economy, and you can expect good things out of it. Yeah, and if you're here sometime around, we can always meet in south of Germany.